Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 949, primarily in a row. My name's Rob. Happy that you're here. Honored and humbled that you keep coming back like for reals. The date, 5/28/21. It's a Friday. Usually on Fridays, we talk about having an F-It Friday, but today, when I was getting ready, I thought, you know what? I want to start having fellowship Fridays. I want to start during the week just making a point of having a conversation on video with somebody else where I record that, and then we take snippets of that, and Sam can help me. We've got all summer to do that. So stay tuned, right? It's a work day. I got some work to do. I'm sure you do too. So let's do it. First things first, still the realist. My daily affirmation, I'm a fellowshipper, baby. How can I have a fellowship Friday without being about the fellowship? I love fellowship. I love that word. I love that I have fellowship chairs. I got one there. The other one's in my bedroom. Man, life's good. Fellowship, spending time just chatting with somebody else, not trying to convince them of anything, not trying to sell them something. It's not a bit fellowship. Just have a conversation with somebody, and the more different that person is from you, the better. Fellowship. Check it out. Our real talk for the day: bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. We've talked about this before, and a couple things in my mind that led me to this thought. Number one, all the sports talk is dominated by Aaron Rodgers, posting pictures in Hawaii. And, there's people on both sides that, he's being a bad teammate, whatever. And then there's people like, dude, he's just living his best life. And I really believe that Aaron Rodgers has come to terms with, because listening to the way he speaks when he's on the Pat McAfee show, that he's just at peace. He's like, look, man, playing football is something I do. I enjoy it. I'm good at it. But there's a lot of negatives that come with that. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. And I don't feel like I'm being consulted in all of those decisions that affect my ability to do my job. Again, he's not a rookie, right? Like, he's been there for 16 years. He's the three-time MVP. You'd think, but it's a cultural thing. So anyway, he's taking his power back. He's betting on himself. He's saying, look, I can just not play football anymore. I've accomplished more than most people will ever accomplish. I got this beautiful, girl wants to marry me. I'm enjoying hanging out with her in Hawaii. I got generations worth of money. I could always go host Jeopardy. And let's just keep it real, though. You're going to do something with me. So I'm going to bet on myself. We're going to do it on my terms. And there are people that don't like that. And I think those are people that have been conditioned to be bossed around by somebody else. Like, yeah, you get back in line. Like, well, number one, the people that talk like that don't ever work for them. That's how they'll treat you, right? So bet on yourself. Just bet on yourself like Tom Brady did, right? And then the other thing, when he left New England and went down to Tampa. The other one was there was a show on. I couldn't sleep last night. Was up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I watched this show on shocker, PBS. It's called The Donut King, about how a guy fled to the United States. He was in like an internment camp as a young man. Not really even a young man, like middle age, like 30s, right? His family, and they left. It was just to hear the story, the circumstances, right? Fled for their life. Spent 6 months in an internment camp. And when they let him out, he decided, he was like, you know what? I want to open a donut. I want to learn how to make donuts. I want to have my own donut shop. And he became the king of donuts in California. Like, drove Dunkin' Donuts tried to come in. They're like, nah, get out of here. And it was masterful how he did it. And he bet on himself, and he learned how to do it. And then he replicated it. And he was just a man of his people, where he would, he would pay for the people to fly to the United States and take them in, have them. And this thing got huge, right? And then he became addicted to gambling. And he started betting on luck instead of betting on himself. And as you can imagine, it was awful. Like, that spiraled to where he was then, betting, using the stores as collateral that were this huge money source to him and his family, hiding it from his family, just bad. And I just kept, and it was like, how could he do that? How could he give it all back like that? If you want to give it all back, give it back on your terms, not through the casino. They're not going to disperse it. And it was like, he quit betting on himself. He got bored, right? He felt like he'd mastered the game. And then it kind of came full circle where he went back and asked for forgiveness. And now he's trying to help people and all this stuff. And it was heartbreaking and empowering at the same time about how life's just this big, everything's in a circle, man. It's all connected. But just I couldn't stop thinking about once he stopped betting on himself and then he started betting on luck, that's where it all went downhill. And then he couldn't control it because he was so used to winning that he thought he could will himself to victory in gambling. And there's a reason why they have those big old buildings. They're not there for you to make money. All right, let's get to our daily reminders. Be aware, right? Be aware that either you're betting on yourself or you're still learning the lessons that you need to learn, myself included, until we say, I am going to be the sole master of my destiny. I'm going to go step out on my own in my livelihood, and I'm just going to go it alone, right? Just be aware, right? Be connected. The more people you're connected with, and again, seek out people that are different from you. Learn a different perspective, and be happy, right? Just be thankful and happy that we're all here. Let's do our thank yous. We're done for the day. God is good, right? I just think about, that story, watching that show about how that guy went from the worst circumstances, a genocide, right? Fled and had a good life there, right? Fled, came to the United States, had to start all the way over. And even said, he's like, it took me 6 months from the time I got out of that camp till I got my first store, 6 months, right? Once he was willing to work hard, got after it. So just God is good. Like if there's a formula out there, right? Like you have to taste you usually have to go through the shit before you get to the good stuff. You get a taste of it, but then the shit shows back up, right? You have to learn how to power through that. And if you get too full of yourself or you get bored, right, and stop growing, then bad things happen, right? So just God is good. Thankful that Daddy Duty starts again this afternoon. I'm thankful for all of these examples of how to bet on yourself. Like bet on yourself. Stop betting on everybody else. I'm thankful for the juice that provides these lessons. You get what you seek for, right? I'm thankful for this afternoon, taking this afternoon off, hanging out with the kids, going to have a long weekend. Thankful for Memorial Day weekend. That's the beginning of summer, right? I'm thankful for y'all, and I'm thankful that you're going to come back tomorrow on a Savage Saturday where we're going to talk how important it is to say your prayers, right? You like it? Deuces, #Real Talk. Love you guys. We'll see you then. Bye.